culture, and behavior all stems from the top. You know, one of my colleagues years ago said, you know, Mark, the fish stinks from the head down. You know, there's no other way. And like I said before, anything that you see that's a problem in the organization, guaranteed, you can draw a straight line up to the source of the problem somewhere in management and leadership. And if you can't deal with it there, you're not going to be able to deal with it, right? And so unfortunately, the answer to the colleague question is if it becomes untenable, you can vote with your feet. And that, I think, is where a lot of us are living right now, because, you know, with this whole great resignation thing, you got to remember, people don't quit companies or organizations, they quit managers. You quit your boss, right, just to be clear. And that's kind of what's going on there. Relative to the other question, which actually happens with great frequency, so I call these characters toxic high performers. So you've got a very high producing person who, from a performance standpoint, is an A player in the organization. However, the way that they go about doing what they're doing is counter to the values of the organization. And that's the toxic part. So they're a jerk, right? Or they're an ass, or name your adjective, right? That they are, while they're a high performer. And the problem is leaders get conflicted about this because we come at it from a position of fear. Okay, well, I can't do anything to dear Ashley, my toxic high performer, because, you know, how will we make up the revenue, right? And this is the problem of what I call focusing on the 5%. So, you know, Ashley, as a high performer, you know, is causing some problems in this organization. But when I focus on her, I'm not focusing on the other 99 people in the organization who are affected by the fact that she's just a jerk and makes their lives miserable every day, right? And when we think about the other 95%, it's just this idea of 5%, 95%, 1%, 99%, whatever the number is. But the idea of not focusing on the one person here, but actually looking at all of the collateral damage that's occurring when you start to see this imbalance and you start to realize what the real problem is. And I will tell you anecdotally that it takes leaders different amounts of time to learn this hard lesson. But in my history of coaching now, just over 20 years or so, there's one thing I've never, ever, ever heard from a CEO. And that is, you know, Mark, I fired him too soon. We should have waited another 6 months before firing him. I have never heard that from a CEO. What do you think I hear all the time instead?
I waited too long.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I should have done this 2 years ago, because now that I finally did it, everybody's come out of the woodwork and said, well, it's about time. Thank you so much. And guess what else? The organization's adjusted, and my biggest fear didn't come true in the first place.